Back Roads is heading to the Wimmera in Victoria's west. Getting to know towns that couldn't sound more Australian if they tried. Rupanyup and Minyip. Some people find these wide open plains unsettling. They can seem empty, even desolate. But don't be deceived. There's plenty of action if you know where to look. There are opportunities for the brave.
It's just going to get bigger and brighter, and it's definitely going to be the place to be.
And a serious appreciation of the past.
Oh my God, you've still got it. This was your mother's shopping list.
Yeah, it's 1954, yeah.
You kept everything.
With its epic landscapes and streetscapes frozen in time, the Wimmera has been the location for some big Australian films and TV shows.
Everybody was, oh, there's Eric Banner up on the roof of the hotel.
Out here, what seems ordinary can in fact be magical.
Nothing could prepare you for this, could it?
You just walk in there and the light hits you on the face.
I can't get over it.
In this land of chickpeas and lentils, I'm here to discover the beating pulse of the community and find out what these old towns are doing to stay alive. There's no mistaking, I've arrived in silo country. Rupanyup's massive murals were painted by a Russian street artist for the Wimmera Mallee Silo Art Trail. But I've heard there's another set of silos just across the road that are really the pulsing heart of this place.
How are you?
Very good. You're on the go here this morning.
Yeah, we're always busy, yeah?
Big job.
Yeah. So, Wimmera Grain Company exporting pulses. So basically, we feed in the world.
Sudath Pathirna has worked for Wimmera Grain for 8 years. The company was started by locals in the 90s. They saw an opportunity for Rupanyup to have its own silos, and it remains the town's largest employer.
How much more to bring?
Oh, I've got 100 tonne, I think, contracted still to come in.
Sudath has risen to site manager after an unusual career path.
That's good, that's good. Well, that's a bit of a long story. I'm originally from Sri Lanka. I worked as a fashion designer in there. And yeah, I know, I'm wearing high vis now.
So who did you design for?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of knitwear design. We used to do Nike, Adidas, all European brands. Yeah, done a lot of developments for them, all knitwear.
So why such a major change in direction?
I wanted to come here, finish my degree, then go to Italy or France, get a little bit of experience in design, then go back to Sri Lanka, work in there. But things change.
Things certainly change when you meet the love of your life. Sudath and his wife Sarah moved to Rup 8 years ago from Melbourne.
That was a good move.
Definitely.
Sarah and Sudath didn't know anyone or have jobs when they arrived in town. Now they're both employed at the silos.
You ready for some afternoon snacks?
2 kids later, doesn't look like they're missing the bright lights of the city.
We're getting old now. We don't, we're not doing clubbing like we used to do or things like that. Nothing around here, but...
No clubs in Rup?
Nah, no clubs around here, but we got a real good lifestyle here.
Sarah can't resist bringing a bit of work home with her.
Such an easy thing to do. Just grab your chickpeas, soak them in water.
She wants to show me how to make meringues, Rup style, using chickpea water.
Have a little bit of lemon and a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it.
So this is instead of egg white?
Instead of egg white.
That's the only way I
Yeah.
thought you could make meringues and pavlovas.
No, not these days. The whole pulse world is just becoming amazing. Like, it's really branching out.
And you're using your local product.
Well, that's it. It's grown in my backyard.
Yum.
This homegrown food revolution isn't just happening in Sarah's kitchen. There are even chickpea brownies for sale on the main street. At Beck Dunlop's Cafe on Wheels, the menu is packed with pulses, grown in the paddocks around Rup.
I love your little van. It's like stepping back in time, isn't it?
It is, it is. So the whole design came around from my nana's 1970s kitchen. So you want to go in there after school, eat the bickies out of the jar in the cupboard, and you want to see what she's cooked for the day.
So much chickpea and lentil is grown here, Rupanyup has cleverly rebranded itself a town with pulse.
I married a farmer. Farming's not my strong point, essentially. So I do bring skills, I believe, though, to the area. So it was a case of we grow whole foods. So how can we use them more instead of just, basically shipping them off, bulk selling them? How can we grab them? How can we teach people how to use them, get people to appreciate whole foods, just eat them more?
And the town's clearly embraced it.
Yeah, which is awesome.
While newcomers and young people are bringing fresh ideas to the town, I think the real charm of this place is that it's not in too much of a hurry to leave the past behind. This once bustling row of shops between the pub and the supermarket now looks uninhabitable. Drought and population decline have taken their toll. But inside, one solitary trader remains, refusing to call it a day.
It used to be a grocery store, drapery. Used to have a timber yard out the back and a barn. Yeah, no, had a hairdresser years ago, yeah.
Robert Exel makes the massive tarp covers that go over grain trucks.
So how long have you been doing this for?
45 years this year, yeah. I love it. I must.
It was a big old store.
For all of those 45 years, Robert has worked out of this building. And I can honestly say I've never seen a shop like it.
Was the main street a bit busier?
Yes, a lot busier. Yeah, a lot of the shops are closed down now, yeah. Over the years, progress. The railway didn't come here. The railway went to Matoa, and then to Melbourne. It didn't go through this way.
But you're still going?
Yeah, not for long. You want to buy it?
Do you reckon anyone will want to buy this?
I don't know, I hope so. Yeah, I'm nearly over it, yeah. 45 years is plenty. I think I might go fishing.
So what's kept you here?
It's a lifestyle, isn't it? You're, yeah, good little town and good people, and yeah, you just keep going. What else do you do? Go fishing. I hope.
When Robert does finally get to go fishing, he won't have far to go to offload his treasure trove of old sewing machines.
You happy, dog? Yeah, you're happy when you're barking.
Just up the road is Michael Wood's museum. Michael built these sheds in 2005 with his late brother, John. The bachelors farmed together, and shared a passion for op shops and clearing sales.
Somebody says, "Is there anything you don't collect?" And when John was alive, and I looked at him and he looked at me, he said, "We don't collect women." So that was it.
So you collected all of this stuff instead?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And this is our little street.
You built a street?
And,
it's amazing.
This is the local exchange.
From Rup?
From Rup, yeah, and it's hooked up to all the phones that are in the shops.
Unbelievable.
Butcher shop.
It even smells like a butcher still.
That's right, that's come out of the chopping block.
Oh, I love the old till.
Yes, I keep adding things in here, but this is a general store with all the different old things in it they used to have in the shops.
Many of the items in here came from Michael's childhood home. Michael's parents were firm believers that you should hold on to everything.
And this was my mother's shopping list.
This was your mother's shopping list?
Yeah, yeah. 1954, yeah.
You kept everything?
I think we didn't have that much money that you didn't throw anything out. That was it, yeah.
Lucky never leaves you out of it.
Like everything in this shed, Michael's dog Lucky has found a place where he's truly appreciated.
Lucky.
Where did Lucky come from?
We don't really know. He was just around town. He stayed here and then he never left.
Just something else you collect?
I think he might have collected me.
Michael's museum has been a draw card for tourists. He was recently awarded the Shire's Citizen of the Year. But his proudest achievement is by far Grandma's house, which he built inside the museum.
Oh.
Yeah.
What treasures.
We had plans to build 2 houses and I've done one, so I've got one to go yet. So that'll be Mum's house.
No stopping you?
No, no, no. They tell me if you stop, you die, so I don't want to do that just yet. Just part of our DNA, I suppose. I don't know.
Michael's museum is a wonderful gift to the town he loves. It's a celebration of all the things the Wimmera holds dear. Its connection to agriculture, the machinery that made it possible, and of course, the people who made their home on these dry, vast plains. Teasdale and his sons live and work on the outskirts of Rupanyup. Peter's father, John Teasdale, was also a farmer, as well as the projectionist at the Rup Hall, and a highly accomplished cinematographer in his own right.
Pa was just always the one that had a camera everywhere he went, and I guess subconsciously just had this thing about recording history, you know, of the entire district. So, yeah, it was just something that we always grew up with.
This is John Teasdale speaking, and I'm going to voice over some of these old films.
John died in 2004, but the Teasdale family and the town still cherish his pictures.
This was about 1956, perhaps. I think it was a competition crop we grew on Bentley's, which won the local competition. Look how high the crop is in relation to the tractor. And there's myself in there, John Teasdale.
In the 1950s, when TV came to Australia, John Teasdale worked as a freelance cameraman for the ABC. He was a stringer, as they used to be known.
So if there was a train derailment, for example, or something like that, they'd ring him and say, can you get out and get us some footage and somehow get the footage back down to Melbourne for us so we can get it on the news tonight.
In the days before satellite feeds, a very young Peter would sometimes have to be the delivery driver for his father's precious pictures. Peter took the wheel as his dad busily packaged up his footage and scribbled notes about what he'd filmed.
Usually it would be often what was a quick trip in the old Holden Kingswood to a railway station somewhere or an airport or something, and I'd been driving for a while, so it was okay. But,
How old were you?
Well, yeah, I must have been only 11, 12 or 13 or something.
Oh, you've been an old hand.
Yeah, I think I started when I was 9, so...
Filming is still a family tradition. These days, the boys use a drone to record the progress of their crops. And of course, just for fun.
I'd like to think that Pa would have loved to have a drone just to have a different perspective on everything that he does, and it would have been very interesting to see what he could have done with, you know, that technology.
We're out on the tractor. It's a huge thing to stop work to go off and do something.
Don't ring us. If something happens you want to film, don't ring us. We'll be too busy now.
So Heather, just before you go, we just have one last thing to show you. In here is Pa's old Kingswood.
Oh my God, you've still got it.
We do. He got the ABC number plate just to fit in with the job. So yeah, we don't use this so much anymore, which you can probably tell.
I can see that. Fantastic, you've still got it. Part of the family folklore. I can see why this area is such a favourite for photographers and filmmakers. At times, it's been one big movie set out here, and there's no shortage of colourful characters to be film extras.
You may not have heard of Minyip, 20 kilometres from Rupanyup. But this little town has become a magnet for the movie industry. Dale Maggs is kind of like Mr. Minyip, except he lives in Rupanyup. Dale moved to Rup 16 years ago. He rides out to Minyip each day for work.
I've been waiting for you.
Slow sheep on the road, mate.
Well, that figures. This whole town seems pretty relaxed to me. But Minyip isn't always this quiet.
Well, this is our little cafe, the heart of Minyip, or Cooper's Crossing, as you know, in the Flying Doctors, so...
Oh, set of the Flying Doctors.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is where it all started. Some of the filming in this area. This is Emma's Cafe, where Rebecca Gibney starred as Emma Plimpton.
Wow.
The Flying Doctors was a hugely popular TV show from the mid-80s to the early 90s. Watched by millions in Australia and around the world.
Oh, this is great.
And this is our Wall of Fame. And
it also launched the career of one of this country's most loved actors, Rebecca Gibney.
And we're in her garage right now.
You are. And that sign there, apologies for delays. The Flying Doctor's now filming. They used to put that in the middle of the road when traffic was round.
Oh, to stop the traffic.
To slow the traffic down. Yeah,
of course.
Exactly.
Minyip's main street was a busy television set for 7 years.
This is our majestic club hotel. And
Beautiful.
That was...
More recently, Minyip has enjoyed an ongoing role with Australian cinema.
Yeah, it was a great thing for the community.
Scenes from the award-winning movie The Dressmaker were shot here. Then Minyip hit the jackpot when it was chosen as a location for the Australian box office hit The Dry, starring Eric Bana.
So how did they come to make The Dry here?
Well, a Range Rover pulls up out the front of the cafe. 4 people got out. And as I got a bit closer, I said, "You guys look a bit suspicious." And they said, "Oh, no, we're just looking for a place to shoot a movie." Anyway, Rob Connolly, the producer, he said, "Oh, Dale, this is Eric Bana." I said, "G'day, mate, how you going?" Yeah, thrilled to see Eric.
Anyway, the next morning they come across and had a look at the pub, and they come into the cafe, and Eric came and he said, "Magsy, we're going to shoot in your town."
Minyip's majestic hotel ended up scoring a starring role in the Dry.
Yeah, everybody was out and about. "Oh, there's Eric Banner up on the roof of the hotel." There's one scene there where he has a coffee over the balcony. Great little shot. I've got that.
But Dale hasn't forgotten about the show that kick-started it all. Every year, he organises a big fundraising event, Minyip's Show and Shine, for car and motorbike lovers from all over Australia. All the money goes to the real flying doctors, the RFDS.
So are you hoping more movies are going to be made here?
Oh, absolutely. This region lends itself to the arts of movies. It's got some diverse areas, fantastic buildings, you know, a lot of steeped in history, and I reckon we could do some terrific things with movies up here. So, yeah, let's get them coming back.
I can see there's a resourcefulness to the people out here. They aren't stuck in the past, but they have worked out their history, preserved in all its glory, is a big selling point. These towns have found a way to turn something old into a new opportunity. Clegg and Tom Hamilton live not far from Minyip at Matoa. The couple spent many years working overseas. They came back to the peace and quiet of Matoa to help run Tom's family farm and give their young sons a country upbringing.
All out. You can see the momentum, you can see the positivity in communities, and it's just going to get bigger and brighter, and it's definitely going to be the place to be.
We've got a lot of young families that in our small towns now, and hopefully that encourages more young families. But I think there's real potential. You look at all the forecasting and it mightn't tell you that, but the towns are here and they're good, fun, vibrant places. So we've got...
Tom wants to show me something that was saved from demolition. It's now playing a big part in the town's future.
Nothing could prepare you for this, could it?
No, it can't. It's a big shed when you're driving in from the outside, but when you come in, it's just something extra, isn't it? You just walk in there and the light hits you on the face and then your eyes adjust and you just look down and you go, wow.
I can't get over it.
The stick shed was built to store grain during World War II, when wheat couldn't be exported. The shed is 270 metres long and 60 metres wide. To keep the wheat dry, a massive roof was built. Originally held up by 560 poles of mountain ash.
I can remember coming here with my father and dump the grain off, and yeah, it must have been when I was not much older than him.
What a great memory to have.
Yeah.
More than 20 of these grain storages were built in Australia around the time of World War II. Most of them in Western Australia. This is the only one that hasn't been torn down.
Oh, how great it's been saved.
Yeah, no, it is. And it's great for town now that it's here and it's saved and we know it's here. And now we can get on to using it to try to attract people into the area.
Tom hopes the stick shed might be the next big movie set. It's already hosted musicians, brides and a giant puppet. Why not actors? In the Wimmera, they're open to offers.
The silo trail has been huge, obviously. We've been able to branch off that a little bit, but we've only been open since 2019, 7 days a week. We've had about 30,000 people through the shed since 2019, which is impressive.
Out here, the locals may not have rows of fancy shops and cafes, but their identity isn't defined by their main street. The hearts of these communities are in their home cooking, their town halls, and in their paddocks. The future looks bright here. And what better way to celebrate than by getting together for a lentil burger and a chickpea brownie?
When you actually are eating what you grow, it just takes on that whole new depth. You're willing to give it a go and give it a try.
Is this a sign of the times around here?
Absolutely, yes. If I have anything to do with it, absolutely.
When you look at some other towns far and wide that aren't perhaps pushing themselves like Rupanyup is, it makes me feel really good to be a part of this community.
The number one is freedom. You can't buy that from anywhere else. We got that in here. Kids have the best lifestyle here.
Bright future?
Of course, yeah. That's what we're looking forward to.
Next time, we're exploring Tasmania's ancient West Coast landscape.
We can take you and show you sites that are 10,000, 30,000 years old, 47,000 years old.
With a brutal convict past.
It didn't reform them, it actually sent them insane.
And a world-famous wilderness.
Those misty mornings as you come around each corner, that's a one-in-a-year shot.